Hi there, my name is Marley and welcome to another TBR. As always on my channel, I'm going to be doing my monthly TBR, so talking about all of my reading plans for the month, which is going to be August. It is a little bit early for me to film this, but I pretty much have my whole month mapped out with what I'm going to read, and I'm going away at the end of this month, so just kind of want to film this early and get it out of the way. But as always, I'm going to be doing a themed reading vlog. This theme is going to be pretty obvious to guess, so let me know in the comments if you can figure it out, but I'm sure you can. So first up, I'm going to be reading A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. Sorry if I didn't pronounce that correctly. All I know about this book is that it devastates people, that it is like the saddest book you'll ever read, and I'm not even 100% sure what this plot is, like what the synopsis is, and I don't think I'm going to look it up at this point because I just kind of want to go into it blind if I've survived this long without really knowing what the plot is. But as I said, I just know that people say it is such a sad book. I've heard people say that it's sad and they like it, and then I've also heard a lot of discourse surrounding that. I've heard a lot of like negative reviews about how this is essentially torture porn, and it's just like every single bad thing that could happen happens to our main character to a point of it just being ridiculous and like super upsetting. So I really have no idea where this is gonna go. I remember originally thinking this was like a war book based on like the cover, and like obviously really upsetting things happen during war, but I don't actually think that's what it is. As I said, I don't really know what it's about, except I think the main character is a guy and he just has a terrible little life. Stay tuned for the vlog where I read it and then I'll say a little bit more about it. But yeah, this is one of the books I plan on reading, and I think it's quite a hefty book, so we'll see how that goes. Then I would like to read Normal People by Sally Rooney. This is one that I probably do not even need to discuss because it is so popular. Even like casual readers know it, even the normies know it. Like, it's very big. It even has a TV show adaptation, which I'd like to watch after. But what I know about this is that it's following two main characters and basically their whole relationship throughout their lives, like a romantic relationship. I think this is a romance book, but it's like a sad romance book. It's not a rom-com, it's like a devastating one where they probably don't end up together, I don't know. Just a very angsty romance between these two characters. I'm hoping that it's a very like realistic love story with it being called Normal People. I hope it's like something that normal people can relate to, but again, we'll see. I'm excited because it's such a hyped up book, but it also is pretty divisive. There's definitely people who don't like Sally Rooney, so we'll see. I at this point have not read any of her books, but I might read Conversations with Friends before this one, but we'll just have to see. And finally, for that vlog, I would like to read A Man Called Ove or Ove. I've seen it pronounced both ways. I think the first time I saw someone say it, they said Ove, so I think I'm just gonna keep saying it that way. But this is by Fredrick Backman. Oh, and it's a Heather's pick. I should take that off. But I have absolutely adored Fredrick's other books, Anxious People and Beartown. So this will be my third book by him. I've seen a lot of people read it recently and quite enjoy it. I think I've seen some negative reviews, so I'm very curious to see how I'll feel. But again, this is supposed to be a very emotional book. All I know about this one is that it's about a man called Ove. And I think he's an old man, and I think it's like he's a grumpy old man, and I assume it's sad because he maybe passes away or something, or it's just sad because he has a very like lonely life. But yeah, definitely, you know, excited to read another one of Fredrick Backman's books, and I'm ready to cry. Okay, then we have the Buzzwordathon. Of course, I always read a book that fits with the Buzzwordathon theme. And I've been doing really well so far. I've completed it every single month, and the theme for August is to read a book with an object or an item in the title, and I'm gonna do you two better, and I'm gonna read a book that has 3 objects in the title, and that's going to be Rock Paper Scissors by Alice Feeney. This is a very hyped up thriller book that I have not gotten to yet, unfortunately. I haven't read any Alice Feeney books, but lately in the booktube community she's getting talked about a lot, and I think this is her release from last year if I'm not mistaken. Actually, do I even know what it's about? I might need to look it up real quick because I kind of forgot now. Okay, right. So this is about a couple that wins some sort of getaway vacation to Scotland. I think it's like an isolated thriller between these two people, which I always like when there's multiple characters. So we'll see how it goes if they're only being like the wife and husband. Although maybe there'll be other characters, I don't know. But yeah, and then in this synopsis, it says that like one of them is keeping a secret and like basically wants to kill the other one, I guess. So kind of basic premise, but apparently Alice Feeney is really good at doing twists. So we'll see. I think I heard some people say that this one was unrealistic or something, but I don't need my thrillers to be realistic. I honestly don't. I just need them to be good. Another book I would like to prioritize this month is I Kiss Shara Wheeler by Casey Mcquiston. I feel like I've talked about this book quite a decent amount recently, so I don't know if I need to get into this, but it's the newest release from Casey Mcquiston. It's their first YA book. I have enjoyed their previous two books. This one is about a girl named Shara Wheeler who I think kisses 3 people and then disappears, and then those 3 characters are like trying to find her because they like love her, and 2 of the people are boys and 1 of them is a girl, so it is like a queer sapphic romance there. Definitely is giving John Green vibes, as a lot of people have talked about. It kind of reminds me of Paper Towns, where that girl Margot goes missing and then she has all the little guys trying to find her. I've heard a little bit of mixed things on this, but mostly positive, so I'm looking forward to it. I feel like it'll be a nice, fun, summery read for the last month of summer, especially when I'm reading so many like dark, sad books this month. I don't know why I planned that out for myself like that, but at least we have one like happy book on the list. And then for a new release, I would like to read Ruth Ware's The It Girl. I just got this delivered yesterday. It's actually a Indigo exclusive edition that is signed by Ruth Ware, so that's pretty cool that I have this. I don't know what else is exclusive about it besides that, but yeah, I think this cover looks the same as cover I've seen. But anyways, I'm super excited. If you've watched my channel at all, you've seen me read Ruth Ware's books. I've been making my way through all of her books, and I think I've only not read one at this point, The Lion Game, and then this one obviously. So really excited to read this. I know everyone's going to be reading it soon and reviewing it, and so I'd love to be one of those people. This premise is giving me like everything that I want out of a thriller. It's reminded me a lot of In My Dreams I Hold a Knife, which I feel like the cover actually looks kind of similar too. But it's about this girl who in college meets this friend, and they're like best friends, and they have a whole friend group, and then the best friend dies, and you know, someone gets convicted of the murder, blah blah blah. Now it's years later, they've all moved on with their lives, but then this journalist comes knocking saying that they think the person who was convicted is actually innocent. So obviously that means like one of the other friends probably did it. It's actually like pretty much the exact same premise of In My Dreams I Hold a Knife. So interested to see what Ruth Ware will do with it. I always enjoy her books. I do normally find the mysteries a little predictable, so we'll have to see if I can guess this one or not, but I'm sure it'll give great spooky vibes. Yeah, very excited. Maybe my most anticipated book of the month, probably. Then I would like to continue with a series I've been reading, and that is the ACOTAR series. So next up on the list is to read A Court of Frost and Starlight by J Maas. Obviously this is the like novella before the series continues. I haven't heard the best things about this. I hear that, you know, it's pointless and it's just a fluff thing with all the characters. So I don't know how much I'll enjoy it, but you know, I'm a completionist. Like, I need to read every book in the series, so that is what's next on the docket. Hopefully it's somewhat enjoyable and hopefully not too long, and then I can continue on to the last book, A Court of Silver Flames. I will also have a book club book, but I don't know what that is yet. And then finally, as my little like extra thing to read, if I am able to read all of these books, I would like to continue with my Deathnote read. I don't know who was here back last year or whenever I was reading this, but I was trying to make my way through the whole Deathnote manga collection. I don't know how far I got through it. Let's pull it out. I guess this far. This far, with this being the beginning. So we have a long way to go. So I'd love to get back into working my way through this. If you don't know what Deathnote's about, wow, it's been a minute since I talked about it, but it's about this teenager Light Yagami who finds this Death Note, which belongs to these things called Shinigami, which are like death gods, and basically whatever name you write in the notebook, that person will die. And so a whole big plot comes out of that. It's like a thriller, it has mystery elements. That is what I really like in manga. Is what I've realized. If you didn't watch my like more experimental videos with a manga that I put out last year, I really just like the dark, mysterious ones more than like the fluffy, lighthearted ones. But yeah, so I would like to continue with this. So that is my whole August TBR. Let me know if you have read any of these books, if you have any thoughts, and please make sure to subscribe and follow me on Goodreads, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!